Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Team Upgrade, and today I'll give you a quick run through on how to make a professional Discord server. So this server right here that I have, which is actually the server I'll be using for my YouTube very soon, this server I actually previously made beforehand of this video, just so it's an easier setup and it's just quicker to run through. So the first step that I personally do is I make sure that I create my roles for the server. So we're going to head to the roles tab. Okay, so the first role I have, which not many servers do casually have this, but I just put this on this one. I call this the Gulag Rule. And this role is kind of used for the people who are punished or are just misbehaving on the server. So the way this role is treated is that it's a roaming ghost on the entire server. It can see everything, like people who are in this role are able to see every message and stuff. They can connect into voice channels, but they just can't talk or they can't message people on the server, but they can still private message people, of course, because that's out of the server. And then I'm also going to gently scroll through these, so just in case anytime any of you guys would wish to pause the video and just see what settings I have, then you guys are more than welcome to do that. So there's my quick run for that. And here's the standard role, which this is the standard role everyone would be promoted to, but I would use a auto role bot, which automatically assigns this role to every person who automatically joins the server. So for this bot, the way I have it designed is this is just the standard role where people are able to change their nicknames, create instant invites, connecting to channels, and sending messages. I personally don't like text-to-speech messages for which majority of people will be in the role, because then eventually gets annoying because you just keep hearing just non-stop text-to-speech messages, and it just gets annoying when people spam them up. It's different. If you guys would like to use it, you're more than welcome to. I just personally do not. I also automatically allow people to mute members instead of them having the pain to listen to somebody. So some people don't allow those on some servers I went on, which was painful, but you know, what can you do? But that's pretty much it for the subscriber role. And the bots role, everything is highlighted, by the way. The bots role, this role is overall generally specifically designed just if you add bots to your server, you guys can promote them to this role. And overall, when you promote bots to this role, it looks much nicer onto your server. So I'll actually give you guys a quick example on one of my other servers I have. So on this server right here, I actually have bots role right here, and you can see that the two bots I have are neatly organized under just the normal bots role. And actually, if you click onto their name, you can see that they have their own specific role that they're automatically assigned because they're a bot, and they're also assigned to the bots role, which makes it much more efficient and really neat on servers. Okay, back here, and back to my roles. Then I also have the moderator and administrator roles. Some people on servers that I've seen like to do is just overall have these two roles combined into just one. I personally like to have two. The way my moderator role is designed is, the moderator role is specifically, I would say, kind of like the less trusted version of an admin. It's like, they would report stuff to like admins, and admins are the people who make the final decision of what the punishment is, pretty much. So overall, the moderator kind of would be like, oh, okay, so and so did this and this and this, and what do you personally think on this, Mr. Administrator? And then the admin would say, okay, well, either we'll let him off with a warning, or we'll just give him this and this punishment for this and this long of time. And that's pretty much just like how both of my roles are set up, because for me it just makes it much more efficient. Because I would rather have two separate roles, because if you think about it, your moderator role could be the people that you kind of trust and you feel that you think that they would respect the server and they would understand what should be done in the server, and they could probably keep everything in order. But then the admin role is like the trusted people you would have on your server, which it's just the people that I would say aren't worthy of being admin, but the people you personally know can be an admin. Because there's a difference between somebody being worthy and actually somebody you actually trust of being an admin. Because someone can just normally deceive you and see like they're all such a nice guy, but they can just cause damage at the end, because there's people like that. So, and this is just an overall run through my admin role, what they're able to do. Personally, for my admins and moderators, I don't allow them to edit anything, as in what I mean by edit anything is like editing the server by adding channels, managing roles. If you guys wish to, you guys can have a server editor role, which I actually made that role on one of my other friends' servers. It just makes it much more efficient, because then if you also have a server editor role, they don't have admin rights, which keeps just the balance of power, which admins have the highest rights. And then there's you, which is like the overall host of a server. Or either if you're building this for somebody else, you guys can also use this method. Just make sure that the person who's providing you the abilities, you have administrator, which this role right here, because it will let you bypass permissions than every other role, which will help you also edit the server. And there's the like God himself role, which overall I'll actually use on another one of my servers. We'll just go back to this one. So for example, on this server, I'm the only one who's in this role because I'm pretty much like the person who's created this entire server. It makes it look much more nice and efficient, and a lot of professional Discord servers that are for YouTubers or streamers or anybody have it set up that way because it makes it look much more neat and just overall just very efficient, because you would know who's like the entire host of the entire server, the person who made it. So some people, and also another thing I like to mention, some people do it where they allow messages being accepted on servers and stuff. So for example, if somebody privately messaged me something, I would be able to normally see it. And or if somebody just from a server, just even a random person, just like, hey, this and this person's causing me trouble. I mean, some servers don't allow that. I allow it on certain servers, but it just mostly depends. So now we're going to get into this little side panel right here. I don't know the technical term for it, but we'll just stay with calling it side panel. So with the side panel, as you can see, all these like little things right here that have all these little subcategories in this. So as you can tell, these are probably categories. For some people that don't know what categories were before I just mentioned this, that is no problem. This is a learning experience. So these are all kind of my separate categories, and the way I have these set up is I want to make sure that they're efficient and simplistic and just much more appeasing to the eye, instead of just having a simple like, oh, like if I just quickly cover this up with a mouse, it just says welcome. I mean, some people have that, but to actually spice up your server a bit with actually emojis, there's actually a website I'll put into the description. I'll give a link to the description so you guys don't have to find it yourselves, which is an emoji Unicode table. And I personally use the native emojis because overall, when you actually paste the native emoji in here, which actually these are the ones I have on here, if you go switching into an Android device, or if your friend is on an Android device, they'll actually see the Android emoji, and it's pretty much it helps devices use like emojis, but it's pretty much cross-platform. That's a better way of mentioning it. So overall, nice website, helps a lot, makes the server look much more neater, and it's also nice to cut down a lot of stuff, just keeping it just straight to the point instead of just having like 10 different subcategories in one thing, because that's just annoying. Try to cut down as much as you can. You just want to make it simplistic, straightforward, because you don't want people to be spending like minutes and minutes trying to find the category they want, the subcategory they want to get to. You just want to make sure that you just have it properly labeled. So like, okay, I want to go to like a gaming voice chat. I'm not going to go to global text chat because I'm not going to find gaming there. Where could gaming voice chat be? There you go. You have different gaming voice chat rooms. Much more efficient, simplistic, and it helps also new users get around much more easier. And it also it's very proficient and minimalistic, which helps a lot for new servers. Because if something is minimalistic and modern Discord servers, or most servers I've been on, every person always desires minimalistic, because it helps users, like I mentioned previously. It helps users just navigate much more easily. So I'll actually open up these so you guys can all see my subcategories. So just in case you guys would like to also copy them down, you're more than welcome to, or just reuse them. So I have like a music bot on this server, which I'll be adding more of. And I also have the AFK voice chat in here because it's much more efficient. So then and the way I have it set up is, if I go right here, so there's no AFK voice channel, so I'll actually quickly set that up. And then I always put it just for 5 minutes, because if someone's just not talking for 5 minutes or is muted for 5 minutes, it immediately takes them there to AFK voice chat, because it's much more efficient. Instead of having multiple people in a voice chat, For example, like having like 7 different people that aren't even talking in like a music voice chat, or sorry, that's a bad example. If there's like 7 different people not talking like a gaming voice chat, and they're just sitting there, it's much more efficient if it moves into AFK voice chat, because then if people look, it's like, hey, where's my friend? And they look into AFK voice chat, oh, he's currently away right now. And it's just much more efficient for users as well. So, and that's pretty much a quick rundown. And also, I'll just give a quick rundown. So this is going to be for PC. If you are currently on PC, I'll show you how to quickly do this, just in case you don't know how to navigate. So if you actually right-click, it gives you the option to create a category, which is one of these little guys. So you normally would just click on it and type whatever you want. So I could just say, like, hello world. Oh, there you go, hello world. And that's pretty much how you set up a category. If you want, you can make a private category, which I'll actually get to that right now, what a private category is. So a private category is like this one, my server government category, pretty much, except I still need to set up the permissions to actually make it a private category. So as you can see, there's no permissions, but I'll roughly explain how this setup will be. So this setup will be where @everyone will not be able to read or see anything. So the normal users who join onto your Discord will not be able to see this. Only a person who is an administrator or a moderator will be able to see this, or any role higher than that. The reasoning, because it's much more efficient for users to get around, because they don't really need to see this. Why are you going to have this big block right here sitting between like 2 different categories that users can easily navigate? And plus, why would users need to see it anyway if they're not a part of that role? Just makes common sense. So I also have like a security bot, which is actually the bot I'm going to be. That's not the actual bot name, but that's what I named it. This is just going to be commands for the bot, so just in case admins would forget a command for the specific admin bot, they're able to look back into here, and then they can finally just reuse it. Private categories is just something you want only specific roles to be able to see. So for example, let's say I have a PS4 gaming role and an Xbox gaming role. So there's only certain things that the Xbox gaming role might be able to see, which the PS4 role might not be able to see, and just the other way around. Just keeps it much more efficient and simplistic. So this is just a quick run through, guys. This is not just going to go in depth. I will probably put timestamps in the description to kind of give you guys easier way, even though I mentioned this because this is already at the end of the video. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe, also hit that bell for notifications, just so you guys can keep up with my new videos that I post out, and you guys can keep up with the new content I create. If you guys have any requests you guys want to actually see me do on Discord that you guys actually want to understand how to do, put it into the comment section, because I'll read through all the comments, no problem, and I'll gladly make a video for you, or either that, or I'll just privately message you and tell you how to do it. If anything, I will also temporarily offer this. If you guys would wish or need help, you guys can privately message me, and I'll gladly help setting up with one of your servers you guys wish. Just please privately message me, and also send me a Discord invite, and just tell me what you guys simply will require, and I'll gladly help you this. But this is only a temporary time, so probably by, if you guys maybe view this maybe a week after the video is released, sadly, I probably will not offer this anymore. But you can still private message me to check, and if anything, make sure you check back probably in the description, because I might update and say I do not offer this anymore. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Once again, just to recap, make sure you guys also type into the comments anything that you guys think I missed out or you guys want me to mention, because you find it very important and you guys just don't understand how to do it. I will gladly show you how to do it. And quick tip, it's much more efficient to actually manage a Discord server on PC instead of mobile, because on mobile it's more time consuming. But if you guys don't have a PC and you have mobile, that's okay, that's not a problem. I'm just only saying that it's much more efficient to do it on a PC. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video.